You're watching Good Boys. You're watching Good Boys. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
What happened to your voice?
I went to a convention.
That was my joke.
Too bad I stole it. The viewers know nothing.
What really happened? Did you get some kind of virus or?
Yeah, I couldn't record that last week.
Yeah, I remember you saying you were sick, and so I was sick
Yeah.
over the weekend really bad too. And I was wondering if we had the same thing, but it didn't sound like it.
Yeah. Well, and then I got better finally on Sunday, and then Sunday night I lost my voice.
Oh, so what was your sickness last week then?
I like the flu or something. There's like whatever this flu is that's going around. That's what I had.
Like
it was rough.
Like you cold symptoms style flu, or because it's weird. People call flu different things, and I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of it. So like, I had a stomach virus. Me and my daughter had a stomach virus, and we were puking our guts out and shitting everywhere. And people were like, "Must be that stomach flu." And I'm like, everyone was like, "You got the flu," and I'm like, "No, I mean, every time I've ever had the flu, it's like I'm shivery and I've had the fever, and actually I've never had the flu. Well, my daughter had the flu, shivery and cold and all this. So like, no, I mean the stomach flu, and I'm like a stomach virus, like same thing. And so to me, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, what's the deal, Jeff?
Well, so what I had was what you would describe as the flu. It was the first symptom of it I woke up and I was just shivering and could not get warm.
Right.
And throughout the next couple of days, it was just constant shivering. And then when I would take like ibuprofen, I would get super hot, like obviously like feverish, and then I would take ibuprofen or Tylenol and
Right,
I'd break the sweat.
break,
And,
yeah,
and then it'd come back the next a couple hours later. Like it was really rough. I mean, if you're talking about a virus, a lot of people just like the flu is a virus, and
sure, yeah.
so I mean, I don't know.
But that's like saying whenever you're like ordering a damn soda and they're like, you're like a Coke. They're like, what kind? You want a Dr. Pepper?
I mean, are you saying it's only like people in Tennessee who do this? I mean, what you got against people in Tennessee? Good.
I mean, it's the same kind of thing to me, though, where it's like you're making things up. You're grouping things together.
You're making it up. It's not real.
It is. It's a fake flu. It's like fake news flu.
The fake news flu. But I mean, what do you think you had? Food poisoning?
So we ended up going to urgent care. We ended up going to urgent care because I didn't know if it was food poisoning or what. My daughter was puking just nonstop, and so was I. And so it started at like 7 o'clock in the morning. She woke up, was like, "I'm getting out of bed," and I was like, "All right." Because on the weekends she sleeps in my bed, and I'm like, "Sure." And when she woke me up to say that, I was like, gonna get up to start making breakfast and stuff. And I'm sitting there in the bed, and I'm like, man, I don't feel so hot. And I'm laying there for a second, and then she comes back in the room and says, "My stomach hurts." So I'm like, "Yeah, maybe we're just hungry." But I was like, I'm not that hungry in the mornings. And so I sit there for a few more minutes, and then my cheeks start hurting in a way that indicates throw up. I haven't felt it in years. But like I have a trigger that I know I'm going to puke. There is no question. You are going to puke now, Jason. Make your way to the place. And that happened, and I was like, "Oh no, get out of the way!" And like I got up and started puking everywhere. And so she was like, "Well, I'm still hungry." And I'm like, "I don't think you are. I think you're gonna be sick." And then a few minutes later, she threw up too. And so we spent the day. We were puking until sometime in the afternoon, and then I finally was like, let's see if we can keep any liquids down. I started to be able to keep liquids down, but she still wasn't. We thought she was, and like I gave her a little bit of soup. And she threw that. Well, she'd kept the soup down, but she was like, "I'm still feeling so bad, I'm gonna die," and all this. I was like, "All right, let's go to urgent care." And when we get to urgent care, she threw up in the parking lot the soup that she had ate. And so they said it was just a virus. But I was so dehydrated, they forced me on an IV. Virus? Actually, no, goddammit. He's a stomach virus, basically. He said he didn't think it was food poisoning. Like they took blood, and for me, while I sat there, because they, they did the normal test. They did test for the flu and all that stuff with your nose and all that, just because while we were there, sort of thing. But they gave us nausea.
That was negative.
Yeah. But yeah, they gave us nausea medicine, that stuff that dissolves under your tongue and all that. But I was so dehydrated, they wouldn't let me leave. They made me take an IV for an hour.
What was your pulse?
139.
Well, yep, they're not going to let you leave.
I still left with it. It didn't go down. It went down to 133 over the hour that I took the IV, and they were like, "It's still real high." And they're like, "But I guess you can go." So
you're like, "Peace out, bitches."
Yeah, it was 133 when I left. But my blood pressure had gotten a little bit better. My blood pressure was pretty wild as well. I don't remember the exact numbers on that. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go seek help. I knew I was sick, and I was
right. I mean, I wasn't gonna go for us either. I figured because normally with the stomach type viruses, it's like a 24-hour type of thing. That or food poisoning. Either way, it's normally a pretty quick thing, and you're better. But whenever she was just like, "I'm dying," I was like, "All right, we'll go." I'm glad we did too, because the anti-nausea medicine does help.
Well, yeah, and I took off like Thursday from work because I was so sick, and then Friday I said I was going to work from home, and it was funny because I got up at like 8 and started working, doing a couple of emails, and I felt okay, and I had a meeting that was supposed to be at noon, and about 10:30, I could no longer keep my eyes open, and I passed out and woke up at 12:30 and looked, and I was like, well, I guess I don't need to go on this call. I'll just have to jump on my 2:00 call. I need to be on that one. And I woke up at about 2, and I was like, I can't physically keep my eyes open still. Like, I was so tired that I just could not stay awake.
That's pretty cool.
Excuse me. And then it turns out that there was a bunch of meetings ended up canceling because so many people were out sick.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone kept saying when, for us, they were like, everyone's got the flu. I was like, well,
the stomach flu.
Yeah, it wasn't. God damn it. So it triggers me. It does. It's like, it's not the same. I mean, I understand that people call it a stomach flu, but like, I don't know. We got to need some differentiation here, people. Like, there's the
stomach flu and the chest flu and the head flu.
The head flu. But yeah, they couldn't find my veins because I was so dehydrated, and she wanted to draw blood too, and so she kept like poking around in me, and it was awful.
They finally get it?
Yeah, she got it in my hand, but then she was like, I don't know if I got enough because it won't come out. She's like, I might come back in a few minutes. Thankfully, I never saw that woman again. Because I was like, man, I hope she doesn't have to come back for more.
Well, I mean, honestly, what are they really testing for?
Well, yeah, he's like, since we're going to keep you here for an hour to get an IV anyways, might as well run some blood tests.
Yeah, like the tests were not the important piece. It was,
right.
Like not gonna. If I don't get a because the influenza test is, the swab, and then what are they looking at? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, all he got from the blood test, he's like, well, your testosterone's high. Do you take anything for that? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, well, see your doctor.
Your testosterone is high?
That's what he said.
I wonder why they were testing your
I don't know. I don't know what they test when they test your blood. Because he said he wanted to check the red and white blood counts. He said the red count was slightly high, but that's I'm sick anyways.
CBC, testosterone. I don't recall testosterone being part of a standard CBC.
I have I don't know anything about what they test for. I'm literally just repeating what he said to me. All I can think, in fact, I said to him, I was like, well, that explains why my hair's falling out.
And my muscles are so big.
Yes, this explains why I'm so
small.
ripped.
I mean, yeah. I tell that to the ladies too, Doc.
Are you going to sleep?
I'm heading up to the top because I need, for one, a new pick. But yeah, now that it's time, I'm going to go to sleep when I get up there.
Okay. So I've been watching on Netflix. It's not a Netflix original series. It's one of those ones they bought from somebody. But it's called Unsolved.
Travelers.
No. It's called Unsolved. The story of Biggie and Tupac murders.
Okay.
And it's not a documentary. It's a dramatization, based on fact, basically, or based on the known facts. And it's been really, really good. I've enjoyed it. I mean, I've watched the whole 10 episodes in the last 2 days. And it was really good. I liked it a whole lot. So yeah, that's
yeah. You still won't watch the last season, Travelers?
I still have not. You know, I don't know what it is. It's one of those shows that's so long that like I'm really, I feel like I got a big commitment to make to watch it all. Like I was thinking today, like, what am I gonna watch now that this is over? And you know what? Travelers did not even come to mind. I was
sad.
I don't know why.
I'm curious what your take on the ending is.
I know. I need to give it a shot. The thing that came to mind actually was Milby's been talking about this flat Earth documentary, and that was
yeah. You know what's so funny? I started watching that the other day.
Was it good?
Behind the Curve or something like that is called. Beyond the Curve.
I don't know the name of it.
I started watching it. It's interesting. It's about Mike Sargent.
Who the hell's Mike Sargent? Who makes their kid a name like that?
One of the main guys who popularized the flat Earth movement. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I always wonder how these things get started. Was he famous or something? How was he influential enough to create this many idiots?
Well, you know, the one thing that I like about what I've seen of it so far is he talks about how every flat earther that exists, pretty much, unless they're lying to you, has become a flat earther because they were basically out to disprove the flat earth. Like, do some research and disprove it because they thought people talking about the flat earth were ridiculous and idiotic. And then they got sucked in and realized it was true.
How does that happen to these people?
Well, which at least he's not like, oh, you know, everybody just knows that the government's always been, you know, lying to us. He's basically saying that it's when you do research, trying to disprove the thing is when you're going to realize it's true. So it gives him a little more like credit in my book, but not obviously for a flat earth model. I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Right.
But yeah, so far it's entertaining. It's just a single documentary. It's not like a series or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I wish that this Tupac thing had been like... So they got every damn actor that I've ever loved, basically, from every crime TV drama in the world, like, all together. Like, whoever did the casting on this show, like, deserves fucking awards or something. Like, you ever watch The Wire?
No, I've never seen The Wire, but...
Oh, man, it's such a good show. I would really recommend The Wire if you ever get a chance to... The first season is a little hard sometimes whenever you first start out. I've tried to rewatch it, in fact, and I know it gets really damn, like, the best show ever, almost. I would put it second to 6 Feet Under. But sometimes when I'm watching the first season, I'm always like, man, this shit's slow as hell. But The Wire is really good, and they basically half the damn Wire cast is in this Tupac thing. Or Biggie, or both. I don't know who to really credit it with. It's really interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've tried to read about their murders more since I watched this. And again, I just finished it today, so I spent a few hours afterwards reading. And I remember all this from, you know, whenever we were because we were growing up whenever this all went down. But there's so much of it I'd forgotten and stuff, and like how Biggie and Tupac met, and just like how they were friends and how they turned enemies and why they turned enemies and all this stuff. Like, watching it in this drama, it's like, man, this all could have been so easily avoided, and both of them kind of realized it at a point. But I didn't realize like how Tupac had gone to prison over a rape allegation that like were these two guys that were friends with Biggie, and like after the fact, like at a party, they're still hanging out with Biggie, and they were the ones that had actually done the rape according to the show. And like, I don't even know. It's like it's some damn made for Lifetime drama shit. It's good. but it's real life. Shit. That's the worst part.
So made for Netflix real life shit that you watched because it's on Netflix.
Yes, basically. It wasn't made for Netflix, at least. I think it was a USA production. That Netflix has gotten the rights to or whatever. But it's it's very good.
I'll tell you the one thing that I'm upset with is I was trying to do some Googling to find out when my favorite shows are coming back, and they fucking canceled Wrecked.
What the hell's Wrecked?
Wrecked was that one I told you that you would love. It's like not a spoof per se, but it was Lost, but not Lost.
Oh, like yeah. Damn. I guess not enough people watched it. I'm part of the problem.
3 seasons of it that were some of the greatest television in modern history.
You're putting a lot on it. I mean, I'm not going to argue because I haven't
seen it. It was that fucking good, man.
Wow.
It was that good.
Why did they cancel it then?
I don't know. Why they cancel Travelers? It was...
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I would have been fine if there wasn't season 3 of Travelers.
You'll be fine that there's not a season 4 because it actually ends with some closure.
I was fine with the closure they gave us in season 2, honestly. I mean, it wasn't really closure, but it was enough of an ending that if they hadn't have done a 3, I'd have been like, all right. And I guess, that's probably part of why I'm not super, like, antsy about going and watching 3 is I guess I got that closure to some degree.
But you don't have that closure. You've been asking since the end of season 2, like, how the fuck are they going to explain this away? It doesn't even make sense. Like,
sure, if they're gonna
do this.
I mean, but that was more from a standpoint of they done put themselves in a goddamn hole. Are they really going to try to make more of this show? And so now that they have, like, I mean, yeah, I do kind of want to know how they explain it away, sure. But also, I guess it's a twofold thing. Knowing that it's canceled now, too, it's like, man, I could just go on thinking that season 2 was the end, and I'd be fine there. Do I need to get reinvested? Because it's going to be end? I don't know. I'm going to watch it. I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it, but there's these are my explanations for why, I guess, mentally it's not like an eager thing. It's like it ain't going nowhere, and it ain't coming back. So it ain't like if I don't watch it now, I'm going to catch up.
Yeah, it ain't coming back. That's right. Well, maybe that in like 15 years. That's
right.
The thing, right?
I'll be dead then.
Well, hopefully not in 15 years.
Historically, if I follow the footsteps of the rest of my family on the male side.
Yeah, but you're a new leaf.
New Leaf. Isn't that a Zelda game?
Breath of the Wild. You're a Breath of the Wild.
The Breath of the Wild.
Yes. You're a Link to the Past.
I guess that's true for all of us.
That we're a Link to the Past.
Kind of. We're like, parts of our ancestors combined.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. We are definitely parts of our ancestors combined.
Link to the Past. I've been going through these. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I'm waiting for that next show that I'm going to really fall in love with. That lasts a long enough time to make it like matter.
I mean, that's the thing about television now is it's changed.
Oh my god!
Have you ever been into sitcoms? Like, has there ever been a sitcom that's gotten you, like a Frasier or a Friends or any of those?
So, my problem with the long-running sitcoms is I will start watching some and I will get really into them, but I won't continue. Like, I will tell you, Friends. I used to like Friends back in the day. Never saw the ending. Never saw the last multiple seasons because I got bored with it at the time.
Yeah.
Never went back and watched it either since it's been out to even know. Like, I know what happens at the end because it was such like a staple of our generation that I just know what happened.
Shit, you can watch VH1 and they'll tell you what happened.
Big Bang Theory. I really like Big Bang Theory. I watched, not when it started, but probably when season 3 or so was out. I got caught up in it all, watched it pretty religiously for a couple of years, and then haven't watched it in about 4 years.
Huh.
I know it's coming up on ending soon, like a finale, and it's like one of the most popular sitcoms that exists, and I haven't watched in 4 years. I got more into things like, House. I got really into House for a while, but again, didn't watch the last couple seasons of House, so I have no idea how that one even ends.
See, House is one I've watched every single. I own all the DVDs and I've seen it all. Friends, not so much. Friends is one of those ones where if an episode's on, I'll watch it, but I probably haven't. I don't. In fact, I know I haven't seen them all. Same with
Futurama. I'm super into. I've seen every single one of those multiple times.
Right. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah, see, I didn't. That one's not. I'm the opposite on that. I've Simpsons, Futurama. Even, I mean, for a long time, I was always caught up on South Park, but I've fallen off on South Park, and I don't know the last.
Are they even making new South Parks right now?
See, that's the thing I don't even know. For all I know, they could be, they couldn't be. I remember they got renewed, and I remember Matt and Trey were like, so I don't know. I have no idea. Rick and Morty's one I'm caught up on, but I think they've only done 2 seasons, so it's not really that hard.
Never seen it yet, and I've been told that I would really like it. And
it's good, but it's also got this following of people that make you hate it. The community around the show is awful. So it's one of those hard things to love because you don't want to be associated with the community. It's like I like it, but I don't like telling people, basically.
Trying trying to think what other sitcoms like. I mean, back in the day when I was a kid, Full House, Family Matters, but I could never tell you that I saw all of them.
Yeah, no, that's
I just saw them when they were on TGIF. Man, it was like the thing. The thing you did as a kid was great. Oh, did you hear the news about the chick from Full House? I think it was. I think it's the Uncle Jesse's wife. I remember Rebecca. Was that her name?
Sure.
Either way, she and some other Hollywood celebrity just got like caught and charged with the fact that they've set up this like false fund thing that pretended kids were to get them like kids and stuff. Basically, there was a scam to get kids athletic scholarships to get into like really high class institutions because they were celebrities.
I saw a headline on Reddit that said something about CEOs and actresses caught up in scholarship ring, and I didn't click on it. So she was involved in that. Yeah,
she was involved in that.
So were they basically paying? What's the gist? Do you know the gist?
Like somebody was. I don't know everything about it, but I know that there was like one instance it was talking about that. You know, it was this front that you could pay somebody to go take your ACTs for you, and one guy like paid $15,000 for this other dude to go take his ACTs for him. Like I think a grown ass adult or something like that.
I mean, isn't that a common thing that happens?
Probably, but it was all set up through this like gifted program or something that they started. That was a way of saying you pay us and we will make sure your kid gets into this high society like college. Right. But it was all through like shitty scammy means.
Wow.
You know.
Well,
I could be getting that completely wrong, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what people say about you.
That is true. Somebody did tell me I was autistic because I didn't understand the Stephen Colbert thing.
Wow, that's a pretty wild claim to make.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Apparently, that makes me autistic.
I don't think that's enough data to go on.
Yep.
Wow. Maybe they're autistic. Maybe autistic is not a word you should use to negatively speak about someone also.
Possibly true. It was very strange. But I was like, okay. I've now heard it all. I never really thought somebody would tell me I was autistic in the comments.
God, I had a guy go off on the comments.
I'm getting in bed, by the way.
Okay, I'm going to the bed. About the books about Squee and all his friends and the calendars and all that stuff. This guy was very angry at us, and he left a whole very long letter, and I deleted it without reading it.
Was it like an A?
No, it was, I cannot believe that you are the kind of guy that would blah, 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 blah. Just on and on and on and on and on.
Well, I don't remember what we talk about. I don't even remember how we offend people anymore. Like,
no,
we offended somebody so bad to the point where he wrote a strongly worded letter. I have no idea what we talked about.
Yeah, no, it was about Brett Kavanaugh and his calendars.
Oh, yes.
The guy was going on and on about how he only kept those calendars because he was trying to remember his dad was dead. It's very, very offensive that you would not be okay with his dead dad.
And so, do you not know what the long thing even says?
Someone posted in Reddit. I hadn't read the comments because I'm actually caught up with you. I released my video same time as you. I'm a real boy. And so I hadn't read the comments because I'd released so many videos all in the same time period, basically to get caught up. So yeah. But someone reposted in Reddit like, look what this guy had to say, and I was like, man, that guy should not have anything to say ever again. And so I went and removed his ability to comment. Just so everyone knows out there, comments are not free speech.
Comments are regulated by the channel owner.
At any point, your ability to comment may be removed. But feel free to speak your mind. Just sometimes, if you go a little overboard, we don't have to talk anymore.
Dude, come take a look down here.
I'm down here. I see it, man. You're flat.
It's crazy. It's flat. Means we got a couple layers to go, but
yeah, it's not far. Not far. That's why I've been planting, because I don't want this to be the thing where we're like, way off. This fucking spider. Listen, spider bro. Fucking up my plant shit. Yes, I'm trying to get caught up down here on the planting portion of it all, so that. And I'm close. This creeper just blew up and ruined a section though, and it pisses me off. But yeah, I don't know what we were talking about before. You got me talking about the crazy dude.
Doesn't even matter.
It might. Who knows? Probably not. Oh yeah, you were being autistic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, my autism got to me again. And it's so bad because it's one of those things that's hard to talk about and joke about because somebody's gonna get offended at the fact that I'm joking about this guy calling me autistic.
Right. I mean, that's the thing about autism is that most high functioning autistic people you couldn't even tell anyways. So like the fact that some guy thinks he can diagnose you over one little thing, I mean shit, how many we have 700 some odd episodes of Mindcrack in general. And this one thing, that was the tipping point. Now suddenly you're on some spectrum, he's decided.
He even wrote up a whole long thing about why it was.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, well. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. That's what I say too.
So what happened to your voice if you had the...
I got better. This is what happens. You get better.
Did you go to like a witch doctor and she gave you some wig water?
Yeah, that was part of the healing process. Some wig water.
Oh, God.
Can I not count these stupid blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like the blocks blend together so much.
What are you on?
I'm trying to dig the template for what we need to go down still.
Yeah. Well, if you go on either side, it should be easy to tell.
It's what?
If you go on either side, it should be easy to tell because it's already been laid out.
Where's it been laid out at?
On the wall. Like on one side, there's the whole farm all the way down to the bottom, so you can see where to go down.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I started at the wrong end. I was starting over. I was basically doing the same work again. I forgot we did that. Hey, over here.
But then Ryusuke also did it on the other side in terms of the blue going down.
Oh, I didn't realize that they staggered the wall like that.
Yeah, they went all the way down with the wall too.
Wow, look, lava. That was interesting. Could have hurt a lot.
God, these slimes. I wonder do small slimes spawn on their own, or do they only spawn big?
No, they spawn on their own.
Really? In that case, we might have a problem. Because do every step up, we have that 1/2 slab that's at a spawnable place.
Oh.
So
that means anything could theoretically spawn there, right?
No, because there's enough light, but slimes seem to ignore light level. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens once it's all planted and whatnot. It's weird that because we left some of these dark spots under the farm, so there's so many spots where you're just walking through here and there's mobs underneath. This kind of trips me up. Like, oh wait, I'm about to get attacked, but they're underneath me. We need to figure out what we're gonna do with all of the resources we've gathered from this dig.
Prank. The biggest prank ever.
Who the hell do we prank?
I don't know.
We could encase Packrat's mansion in cobblestone. The problem
we have enough.
It would take probably a few episodes, and I think they tend to stream the same time we record. So,
are they always at his mansion? They gotta be getting bored over there, right?
That's all he does. That's all he does. He did a month, 30 days straight of room building in the mansion. That's all he did.
I mean, who would do one project
right?
For
and
that
what kind
long?
Of fucking idiot?
Stay in the same area, doing the same boring thing
more than one day. Like his viewers have to be just bored out of their mind.
Bored and offended, I'm sure.
Probably.
He must offend them left and right to be able to pull off something like that. I did hear people keep talking about the fact that apparently Vex has a new map.
He does.
I'm just saying, people keep asking me in the comments if that's what we're doing next, and I said I didn't even know they had a new map.
Yeah, he does have a new one. It's called Isolation. But,
is it a super hostile?
Yeah. It's the same old format, same old thing, basically. Same old.
He used to crank those things out.
Yeah. He started doing the super hostile online thing and kind of stopped doing the other, basically. So yeah, it's been a little while since he's done one of those. And I got a lot of rows still to do. Jeez, I didn't realize how many rows I had to do. I felt like I'd done so many rows, Jeff.
I feel like I've done so much digging.
Yeah. Well, in that regard, I guess we should be done for the day.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next episode when I'm sure my voice will sound 10 times better.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.